Rokk here. Welcome to my channel. Want to see Tabby Boy? Come here, Tabby Boy. Oh, everybody wants to see you. Want to see Tabby Boy? Oh, boy. Look at this giant cat. This is my Tabby Boy. You've seen him before. Cassie is in somebody else's bedroom right now. And I'm filming this at 7:15 a.m. The sun is up, and if you would like to see how I did this makeup, stay tuned. Today, I decided to come up with an aqua blue teal color out of the new Zodiac Love Signs palette by B&H Cosmetics. And this is a palette that is so useful. You can really, if you're looking for a palette that you can color match to your outfits, and that's one of the main reasons why I choose a palette. I'm thinking of what outfits can I match with. And when I saw this and I saw these beautiful teal colors, and this is what I use to get this look, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So I'm very happy with this palette, that it's something that I can really get a lot of use out of. That's going to be a theme for an upcoming video for if you are a makeup palette collector and you like to dress kind of match your eyeshadow to your outfits. Because to me that makes perfect sense, just like the people that like to have a nail polish color that harmonizes with a lot of their outfits, especially if you're going to have one of those long-wearing gel colors that you're stuck with for a while. You better hope that it goes with your outfits. Okay, I'm going to close my door because the cat just went out. Because now that it's daybreak, you're probably going to be hearing all kinds of school kids and the interesting neighborhood people and stuff. So my hair's tied back, and I have my trusty coconut oil. Oh, and my nail polish. I'm wearing two different colors. If you look at my hands closely, you'll see that there are two different colors. And this is, and I'm trying to get this in a frame because I'm trying to look at what I see in the screen here. So if I'm off camera, off frame, I'm trying not to get out of frame. Anyway, my nail polish colors are Orly Salon Nails in 133 Breathless Blue. And the other color is from a company called Fingers. And if it has a color on it or a name on it, certainly the label is not on it anymore. And it has a serial number that is too small for me to read. What do you think? I just go by what something looks like. And since the shirt that I'm wearing is kind of not one or the other really, it's definitely not this, but it's definitely not this. And these earrings have but one of each. It has the actual green part, but then it has the actual aqua part, which would go more with the teal. So, and these are, some of these are plastic and some of these are real shell. And these are imported from wherever the heck. So, okay, let's get started. I'm going to take off half of this. I definitely like both these Zodiac palettes together, but this palette doesn't need both of them. This palette just uses the one. You know, today, usually when I do these videos late at night, then I wash my face and I take a shower and then I go to bed. But today I can't go to bed just yet because I have to get groceries, and it's like a farmer's market thing that I can only go between 10 and 1. So I'm going to shoot for the 10 o'clock thing and do that just before I go to bed. And maybe just maybe the mailman will ring the doorbell and I'll have some makeup order that two of the companies that I ordered from, they ship their items one at a time instead of a box full of stuff because the sellers are actually from all over the world, mostly exotic Asian countries. And I really can't wait to show you guys what I ordered. As a matter of fact, I want to order some more stuff. And speaking of new orders, I made a brand new order from a company called Too Faced, and they are a high-end makeup company, and they have a real special 75% off sale going on right now. And there were some other things that I wanted to get too, actually, because I was going to take advantage of the free shipping, but the things started selling out there. And then a palette that I kind of thought I wanted, I decided I really didn't like most of the colors. Because so many palettes are like that. You've got a couple of colors that are really, really amazing. And then a whole bunch of neutrals and colors that are maybe not only neutral, but they're shades that just don't suit your skin type. So they can't really, you don't have much use for them. So, and then the palette's expensive to boot. So I like to find palettes that have a lot of really useful shades. And there is a color, a limited edition color that or palette that I got from there, and it was at a discount. And I can't wait to get it. And as a matter of fact, because I didn't make my shipping minimum, I had to pay like $5 in shipping for it. And when I know how long I work at the various computer task gift card type sites to get gift cards to get the makeup and stuff, all the time it takes. And that's why I try not to pay shipping. But I have like 2 or 3 more lipsticks and something else before one of these companies' orders is complete, and then I could show you what I got. I can't wait to show you. Plus, there's more things that I realize I want to get. But the first time you get an order by a company, I think it shouldn't be too big because you want to, before you decide whether or not you want to give them your business, you want to, see if you got everything and everything is as ordered. Okay, got that off. The foundation I used was the Maybelline Matte Fit and Poreless Fit Me, or matte, Fit Me Matte and Poreless. And the latest color I could find, color 102 Porcelain. And they're cleaning the streets. That's what you might hear. They're also going to do trash and recycling pickup. I didn't bother setting recycling out because we only have half a bin of the cans, plastic, and bottles. The paper, I sneak over to one of the local businesses because we never got our missing recycling bin replaced. I'm going to use this to coat my eye, that area that I just took the makeup off with the coconut oil. If you've got a really, really heavy coat of foundation on your eye, it's perfectly okay to take a tissue and blot it. Might save a little bit of time. It gives a nice, even application. Now, just before I put the eyeshadows on, I use some of the B&H Cosmetics Studio Pro Waterproof Eye Primer. And I'm actually using some, just a very, very, very negligible amount, and get it on a finger. I don't bother with beauty blenders and things. They seem to use up too much product, and this stuff is not cheap. one thing that I wish was true about this stuff is that it has a tint to it that makes it a little on the dark side, and I would prefer it either if it didn't have a tint or if it had a lighter tint. I understand companies wanting to be inclusive with makeup and stuff, but it actually behooves the eye area to be prepped as pale as possible, because even if you're dark skinned, if you use the lighter skin prep for most of these bright makeups, it makes the makeup more vivid. So, okay, first thing we're going to do is take a big fluffy brush. This is a Wet n Wild brush. They call it a crease brush, but it's way too big to go in the crease. And one great thing I like about this palette is you have a white matte shade, which if you're a very pale skinned person, that's perfect as your all over color, just to keep this not too sticky. Now, just put a little bit, and I'm glad that there's a mirror on this. And looking just where the brow bone is, lightly, 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 that's it. Because you don't want to take advantage of whatever the properties, the beneficial properties of this. We want to take advantage of that. The stuff wasn't cheap. So, now, first shadow color we're going to use, we're going to dip into the frosty color here under the sign Capricorn. See, it has a frost and it has a matte shade. Well, we're going to use the frost, and we're going to use a Vivace brush. And these, you don't need to wet them. You can, but you really don't have to. And I love the cushiony feel of the shadow on the brush. And you're going exactly on your eyelid. Try not to get too much fallout on there. It's probably a good idea to dip back into here. Follow the dome shape of your eyelid. Go all the way down to the lash line, down to the corner. Don't carry it up. Keep it perfectly like that. Okay, next brush. Oh, I know I've shown you this before, but this is what I like to hold the brushes that I'm using for what I'm doing. And I have one of the recent brushes I got from B&H Cosmetics. I love the rubbery edged handle on it. And this brush it does not have, oh, it's the I7. I love this brush. I want to get 3 more brushes like it. It feels really good. It both deposits and it blends color, and it feels substantial. It feels real good. Now, this one, we're going to dip into this opaque teal color here. It's like a turquoise color, and it's matte. And just cover the top of this brush is kind of a bit on the flat side, so tapping it onto that brush on the flat side, and then we're going to tap it so that you don't get a bunch of fallout. Just that step of the tapping keeps a lot of the shadow from coming down onto the under eye, and it's so annoying when that happens. Now we're going to do the crease, and we want to be real careful just to get just where it sinks in underneath the brow bone and sweep it back and forth. And this is why you're glad that you used that white color earlier and you did the white color on the brow bone, because if you hadn't, then when you apply this crease color, then you would have a problem with it going too high up on the eyebrow near there, and you don't want to do that. Just want to sweep back and forth with the crease color. Back and forth, back and forth. You have to be patient with this. Back and forth. If you think you really must, go ahead and touch the brush to some of that turquoise. As a matter of fact, the little bit of fallout that you tapped off there, It's fine perfectly to touch the brush to that. And now you go into where the crease is, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Keep in mind what it's going to look like when you open your eyes, back and forth. Just for the heck of it, back on this side. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to take, there's another brush that I got recently in my B&H Cosmetics order. This is a brush, it's very similar to the brush I showed you, except it doesn't have that coating on the handle. And it says, you know what, it's got something stamped on it, and I honestly can't read what it says. And I could show you some of, here, can you see any of that? Well, anyway, I'm going to dip this into, this has a dark green, like a, yeah, a dark, oh, no, I beg your pardon, I was wrong. This goes into the Aquarius, which is dark green, and it's shimmery. And you're just touching the tip to this. Beautiful, dark, metallic green, real dark. Tap off the excess, and just doing a little bit, just a tiny little ball. Just a tiny little ball right in the outer corner. Right where the outer corner of the lid, and you're not really wiggling it, you're just revolving. Can you see what I'm doing? And you want to probably raise your eyebrows and tighten your face. You do this. Because you're not trying to spread this. Make sure that they both sides match here. Okay, now now's the time where you might want to go over the crease color with that brush that you used before. But you know what? I'm not going to put any color on it just yet. I'm just going to sweep over, because sometimes there's enough color on the brush that you don't need to add more color. And the idea is just to blend a little bit more, because you do want both eyes to match. And you want to take for granted that you're freshly applying eyeshadow to this eye, and you don't know how many hours the eyeshadow has been on this eye, even though I did do a touch-up just before going on camera. I'm going back and forth to make sure they match. One more thing. I'm going to take that brush that had the dark green, touch it to this. I'm going to touch it. No, I beg your pardon. No, I was wrong. That doesn't go in there. Now there's going to be more steps. Hold on a second. Right now is the time for the eyeliner. And I am using this. This is the Color Mates, the automatic eyeliner. And this I'm doing a waterline, and I'm doing the external eyeliner. And for the waterline, it's very easy to do this part with one hand, so that you can hold the mirror with the other. Do this and trace around the eyeball. And then go down. And now the top of the eye. And a little bit of a wing. Now how I'm actually doing the under eye for this. I have an eyeliner brush. Real fine eyeliner brush. And I'm dipping into this dark eyeliner here. I mean this dark eyeshadow. This dark green matte color. And I'm just touching it to this. And you can see this is a very fine, thin eyeliner brush. And I'm using this very closely along the lash line. I'm depositing and I'm sweeping. And blending. Okay, now time for some mascara. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Plump. Hopefully by the time I get that Too Faced palette that has some of my absolutely favorite colors in it, I will have used up all these crappy mascaras, and I'll be able to break out this new two-step mascara that I got from L'Oreal. I'll show you. I certainly haven't opened it yet, but I figure when I get that fancy new palette, then I can do this fancy new mascara. And this I have great expectations for. I don't know that I ever spent that much on a mascara before. And here are some really great mascaras that, well, great, supposedly, I don't know from personal experience, that I could have bought the other day when I made my Too Faced order. But I only got one thing. I can't believe I spent $25 on a palette, on a makeup palette, but it was marked down from $59. And I ended up paying, well, the tax was $1 and something, and the shipping was $5. So I never, I'm very averse to paying for shipping. I want to find out what the minimum is, and I make the order. But the things were basically, even the things that were really, really at a deep discount were still extremely expensive. And when I realized the prices that I was getting in these new companies from Asia that I've been ordering from, that hopefully I'll be making, as soon as I get the rest of that shipment, I'll be able to do an unboxing and show you what I got. You'll be quite amazed at the bargains that I got, and hopefully the quality's good. Okay. Yeah, I've got to be really careful not to click the wrong key. A couple of videos ago, the video camera shut off before I was done, and that was really, I don't understand why that happened. That was really disconcerting because especially when I'm a person that doesn't have a certain editing ability, so if I were to have a screw up, and if it were to happen too early in the video, then I would probably have to reshoot the whole thing, and that's kind of a pain in the butt. Okay, I am looking for, oh, here we go. Alright, now I didn't use a contour color. I used instead a bronzer from the B&H Cosmetics Special Occasion Blush and Eyeshadow Palette. And this is a palette where the eyeshadow colors are almost all neutrals, but you've got 9 blush, highlighter, and or bronzer colors to choose from. They're almost all mattes, except a couple of the brown colors are shimmers. Well, actually, like there are 2 shimmers. Yeah, this is a shimmer, and one of these it might be slightly shimmery, but for the most part, they're mattes, which makes them more useful, really. And I used the bronze color there. I used a Vivace brush like this, and I just touched it a little bit, and I made a line like this I made a line like this, and I did just a little bit of blending. Now, for my highlight, I didn't use my usual highlight palette. One of the really great things about this B&H Cosmetics Zodiac Love Signs palette is, just like the original Zodiac palette, they come with their own highlighters. And this highlighter is different than the other Zodiac highlighter. This highlighter is a little bit warmer. I believe the original Zodiac highlighter has silvery flecks in it, and these are a little bit tinged with gold. As a matter of fact, I will get that palette for you, and we will see. But I do think the original highlighter in the original Zodiac palette has a gold tinge to it more. So, yeah. Can you tell that looks more gold, and this looks more silver, and this looks more gold? So, anyway, what I did with this is I used this is a Vivace brush. It's supposed to be a foundation brush, and I just used this, and this goes on a little bit differently than the Blacklight highlight palette that I've been using. This seems to be a little bit more of a diffused effect. Even when I swirl it like this on the brush, it comes on. Look at this. It's kind of diffused, sparkly. And you can build this. I got some on here. Now, when you do go like this, if you already have lipstick, there is a chance that you can get lipstick on the brush. So a lot of times what I like to do is, if I have clean hands, and if I'm not sure my hands are clean, use a wet one. Clean my hands off. Use my finger. Get it on the highlighter. And then I touch it to my Cupid's bow, just barely, like this. And that's how I would do that. Now, what do you think? Isn't this nice? Let me see if there's anything else that I forgot to tell you about. All the other makeup I do is what I usually do. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to show you my lipstick, huh? And, is it even here? Boy. And I go out of my way to setting things aside just so that I'm ready when I do this too. So, anyway, the lipstick I'm wearing is an earth tone, and I don't often wear earth tones, but it's from B&H Cosmetics, and no, I can't find the, oh, here it is, here it is, here it is, here it is. It's a B&H Cosmetics Cream Luxe Lipstick, and the color is called Foxy Gold. Okay, so those are the makeup colors that I'm wearing. And I used for my eyebrows, I used this as the applicator. I actually used an NYX black cherry lipstick, long wearing lipstick, applied with this for my eyebrows. So now you know how I got my face on. So if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like me and my content, I'd love to have you subscribe. I make new videos 3 times a week. And oh my goodness, and guess what? Just before we sign off, we have somebody who's come here to make an appearance. You want to see who came here to make an appearance? My cat, Tabby Boy. So if you like Tabby Boy and you like his content in my channel, he would like you to subscribe. And if you like to see more cat videos and makeup videos, then yes, do subscribe, because Tabby Boy likes to be in my videos, and I do too. So hope to see you soon. Bye.